up, guys? I'm Ryan Roberts. Welcome into another recruiting edition of the At Large Bid Bearcats podcast. Today, I'm joined by 5'11" guard Mya Perry out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Mya recently committed to Cincinnati after spending her last two seasons at Florida Atlantic. Mya, welcome in.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Are you enjoying the cold back in Ohio yet after leaving Florida?
It's definitely taking some getting used to, but I can't complain because I've been wanting all 4 seasons back. So,
Right. Did it kind of help being from Ohio and like knowing what to expect with the weather?
oh, it did. I remember I was on my visit and it was raining, and they were like, "I'm so sorry about the rain." I was like, "I am used to this bipolar weather. This is all I grew up in, so don't worry about it."
Yeah, and then you've got other girls like Reagan Jackson and Chloe Mann, Texas
Yeah,
girls who hadn't seen snow or anything before coming to Cincinnati.
right. I heard about that. That's crazy.
So let's get to know you a little bit. All-time scorer and three-point shooter out of Reynoldsburg High School. What led you to Ohio State as you went through that recruiting process out of high school?
Initially it was during COVID season, so you weren't really able to take visits out of state or anything like that because they had
Hmm.
everything tight in the bubble. Um, I wanted to be close to home. I knew that I'd have great competition being there. Being with JC Sheldon, Taylor Mikesell, Madison
Hmm.
Green, great people to be underneath and just being able to learn from. So I thought it'd be a great experience to go there and play under people that are also from Ohio. And uh, McGuff came to one of my games, and I think I hit 12 threes against his daughter's team, and that's what um, led to the offer. So, yeah, I just wanted to, be close to home, be able to have my family there.
Year two, you decide you want a different scenery. You transfer to Florida Atlantic. What went into that decision to leave Ohio State and ultimately end up at FAU the past 2 years?
Ultimately, I just wanted somebody that was going to give me the opportunity. Um, Sully, she was assistant coach at Ohio State. So my AAU coach had some good connections with her. We had a great conversation on the phone, took a visit, went to Boca. Boca's beautiful. So ended up committing there. And yeah.
So you spend 2 years at FAU, 11 points per game as a sophomore. This past year, you're honored with all league second team All American Athletic Conference second team. Scored 15 and a half points per game, 36% from three, 38% from three. I believe your sophomore year. What
Yes.
was this experience like the last 2 years for you with able to get that opportunity to continue to develop your game?
It was definitely a great opportunity. Being able to go out there and just perform the way I wanted to. Having coaches that had faith in me from the jump. I started as soon as I got there, so I put a lot of hard work in the gym and just being consistent and being able to be that player that people needed. So yeah, I would say honestly, I am very grateful for it because it's built my confidence up a lot.
So as you transition to Cincinnati, how would you describe yourself as a player today? Obviously, your shooting ability is something that really attracts coaches to you throughout these processes. But how
Mhm.
would you personally describe yourself as a player?
I think now going into my senior year, I've definitely built the ability to be a three-level scorer. So I think I'm more of a threat from every single level. So I
Hmm.
think it makes it really hard to guard me because you got to guard me at the 3-point line, mid-range, or to the cup. Um, so honestly, I think I bring more to the table than being a shooter, but I definitely do take pride in that.
As you were going through this recruiting process, deciding where you want to spend your senior season, what
Mhm.
was it about Cincinnati that you decided, okay, that's home, that's where I want to go?
Um, Automatically from my first phone call with Abby and Coach Trina, I instantly connected with them. And I didn't tell anybody this, but I kind of knew I was going to commit on my visit. I just needed to see it out first. But I went there. It was so welcoming. I know I'm home because it is Cincinnati, but it really did feel like home. And every single coach showed me so much love. And I remember when I first got there, we were down in the lobby for like 2 hours just talking. We weren't supposed to, but it ended up being a 2 hour conversation just because it was just like a family reunion. Like we just all got together and had conversation. It just was very open arms, and I loved everything about it. I loved every single coach, the way that they talked about Coach Trina. It just seems like an amazing program to be in.
As kind of like a more experienced and mature player, when you're going through this recruiting process, does knowing that Trina is also a former player, she's been in your shoes before, does her message to you have a little bit more meaning?
Yes, 100%. Knowing that she was a player, it kind of gives you a little weight off your shoulder, knowing that she knows that she's been through it and she knows what it's like being a college athlete and just having to play on every level from freshman to senior year. And I think it also makes it a lot more special just because she went to Cincinnati. So, she
Hmm.
holds it with a lot of pride in her chest that, she's a Bearcat. And I think that is very meaningful, and it projected me way closer to her in that sense. Yeah.
The sisterhood, that's the motto of
Yes.
Cincinnati women's basketball.
Mhm.
When you think about that, what does it mean to you? And then when you also look at Trina's staff, it's kind of unique because it is an all female staff. Does that have any extra meaning to you as well?
So when I initially came in and I heard the sisterhood, I knew that I wanted to be a part of it. It's just you could feel the love and the actual family sense of sisterhood. Like
Yeah.
you could feel the culture of when I first met the girls, I immediately felt like I was actually their sister. And it's so crazy because it seems like, a lot of schools they have their slogan, they have things they say, but you could just immediately tell that they actually stick by it and that it goes way deeper than just being a player on the coaching staff. They talked about how they take care of their kids even after they graduate and with the transfer portal and stuff like that. And that just goes to show like a lot of character within what they say with sisterhood and that it's really deep. It is like a family.
So at 5'11", you are a little bit of a bigger guard. What has this staff told you in terms to how they'll utilize your skill set and how you fit into their system?
They definitely told me how they wanted to use me as a shooter, putting me in multiple different positions to get me the best shots, and also having a bigger size, being able to place me in different places. Um, no matter what that is, I feel like I'm very versatile and I do trust them a lot. So I know for sure that each skill set is going to be good for me. And so I definitely can't wait to see what they do with it, honestly. I cannot wait.
Are you excited to play with like the Alexander and like Chloe Mann and some of the younger girls that they brought in over the past couple years?
Oh yes, I'm so excited. Again, being from Columbus, I played against Dee, but she was a lot younger when we played against
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
And I watched her grow as an athlete and as a person, and I think that she's gonna do amazing in college. It's gonna be really fun to watch her transition into college basketball. Especially being able to watch her go from eighth grade to now being a freshman in college when she comes. Same thing with Chloe and the rest of them. I'm really excited to see their growth because this is when it starts clicking is like sophomore, junior year. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely really excited to be able to be that leadership role and lead them in the right direction because they are very talented. So I'm definitely excited about it.
I'm kind of curious, as someone who has been around Ohio and kind of seen the evolution of Cincinnati as a program the last 3 or 4 years, how are they different now compared to when you were coming out of high school?
It is definitely completely different. Funny story is Cincinnati was one of my first offers.
Uh huh.
Um,
Yeah.
back in the days. So the program has definitely jumped a lot, even like conference wise, their brand, the new buildings that they're building, everything about Cincinnati is just so much newer, and it's a beautiful campus. Like I loved everything about it. Um when I went on my visit, I don't know what I was expecting. It was like the younger me seeing the old Cincinnati, but it's brand new. It looks so good. Just being a hometown kid, all you hear about is Cincinnati. So I'm definitely
Right.
excited to be there.
So I did see a comment where you said it was always your dream to be a Bearcat, and being back in this position is kind of like a full circle moment for you. Walk us through that comment and just always wanting to be a Bearcat.
I mean, growing up in Columbus, you either go to Ohio State or you go to Cincinnati. Um, so I mean, being able to see their culture and everything that they've done in the little like time span that they've had in the different conference, it's definitely been amazing, and I am really excited to be a part of it. Again, it being my first offer, it is amazing to see how the program has expanded the way it has. I absolutely loved Cincinnati. Again, wasn't able to take visits back then, so
Right.
I ended up going to Ohio State and playing Power Five. But Cincinnati's back in the Power Five, and I'm excited to be part of that journey.
You mentioned the conference, mentioned the brand. Did them being in the Big 12 and also being a Jordan brand school, did that play any role in your decision at all?
It definitely did. I wanted to be back in Power Five. Just because I am always itching for competition.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about high competition. I do not shy
Mm-hmm.
away from it at all. So the first thing when I realized they were back in the Big 12, I was like, I'm ready for this. Like this is gonna be a good jump for me. Um, and just being able to showcase yourself on such a big stage and being able to help other people showcase themselves on a big stage, it's an amazing feeling. And so I definitely want to be able to help Cincinnati, you know, get the recognition that they deserve and help my teammates along with that too.
So walk us through what these next couple months look like for you as you prepare for your senior season in Cincinnati. What are some of the things that you're trying to work on?
I definitely want to work on my moves to the basket more. Being able to shoot when people are closer in my range, which I don't really have a problem with already, but it's always good to work on. Um, Definitely want to get my ball handling together. There's always room for improvement there. Um, and then just being in the gym, making sure I'm consistent. Um, this year leads into pros and overseas, so
Mm-hmm.
definitely want to make sure I'm ready for that. And I know I have a great coaching staff to help me with that. But definitely learning new strategies to how I shoot and just being able to build on the talents that I already have.
How, as you head into your senior season, how gratifying is it just to see how much the women's game as a whole has grown since you first stepped into the college game? You look at last year, you've got Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, all these big names that have helped
Right.
elevate the women's game. And for you as a player who's kind of come along that same journey with them, how gratifying is it to see how big the sport is now?
Oh, it's so amazing. We're finally getting the recognition we deserve. I feel like women's basketball is very fundamental, and it's been slept on for years, but we're here and we bring the competition every single time. And I think there's a lot of heart in women's basketball and definitely in the Big 12. So it's exciting to see how it's going to keep growing because it just keeps getting better and better every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see how it goes this upcoming year and the years after that.
Did you grow up with any favorite players or teams?
With any favorite teams?
Did you players or teams?
Um, Well, growing up, my sister played college basketball, so she's kind of been my idol. Um,
Okay.
I don't think particularly I have a favorite player, but I do really enjoy watching the WNBA now. When
Yeah.
I was younger, I feel like I didn't really watch basketball that much just because I was kind of always in the gym and I was always watching my sister play. So
Right.
that's really all my memories is my sister in the gym and who she was playing against. And she was with one of the top classes, you know, the 2020 class. They were
Right.
great class. So it was good. It was good to see that. And, 2020, 2019, and 2018, great classes. Was able to watch
Well,
that growing up.
let's just finish on some fun stuff. What's your I guess favorite thing that you're looking forward to the most with returning to the city? Whether it be restaurants, things that you like to do around town.
Yeah. I'm really excited for all the professional teams. I really
Yeah.
want to go see the Cincinnati Reds, the Cincinnati Bengals. I just want to get out there and be able to like enjoy the professional teams. Um and exploring the culture of Cincinnati really. So yeah.
Do Do you have any favorite restaurants in Cincinnati? Like you a Skyline girl?
Skyline. Um I think I've had Skyline once. I don't think I've had it more than that. But I do love the breakfast spot. It's called Hangover Easy. I'm sure you know
Yep.
about it.
Yeah.
Love that place. It's so good. I also really, really love Raising Cane's. It's one of my favorite restaurants. Not a restaurant, but fast food.
Yeah.
Love it. And there's one right on campus, so it's perfect.
Right.
Hmm.
Lastly, what's your go-to music? Like when you think about your playlist that you're trying to get in the zone, what's your go-to playlist look like?
Anything Drake.
Okay.
It can be any song from his youngest to oldest.
Right.
I enjoy any Drake music, and it's always my pregame. It never switches any artist. It's just always Drake.
Right.
Hmm.
Do you have a favorite song?
My favorite song would have to be "The Real Her" by him, or "Pound Cake."
Okay.
The classic.
I think
Or
I would
go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I gotta think about it. So you got it.
I think so. When I think about Drake, I think my two favorites would probably be Yes Indeed and Nonstop.
Okay, you
Those are
like that album?
yeah,
That's your album.
Nonstop and
Okay.
Yes Indeed.
Yeah,
Those are
I
probably my
think
two go-tos.
those are good ones. I can't lie; those are really good ones. But my
Yeah,
my top all time favorite song is "Headlines" by Drake.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a classic
Yes, that's
for
my
sure.
hype one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Maya, we appreciate you coming on tonight. I know a lot of people are excited about you being back home, and we look forward to following you this summer and then your senior season at Cincinnati.
Thank you so much for having me.